Right now, something big is happening on our UK roads. A quiet movement of riders coming back. Not beginners, not the next generation. These are the returners. The men and women who once lived for two wheels and now, after years away, they're getting back in the saddle. Now, some call it a midlife crisis, a desperate attempt to outrun the years. But it's not. What if the many of us returning to two wheels aren't running away from getting older, but are finally running towards it with a passion and a purpose? My name's Rob. I'm 54 years old, and after 2 decades away, I came back to two wheels. So, stick with me, and together we'll explore exactly why the return to motorcycling isn't a midlife crisis at all. It's a comeback. For so many of us, the story is the same. That passion for riding didn't just vanish, it was logically and methodically packed away. It probably started in our late 20s or early 30s, and life came at us fast. A career demanded our focus, a mortgage demanded our finances, a family demanded our time. So the risk of a motorcycle, that thrilling part of its allure, now felt like an irresponsible gamble. And that bike, that beautiful machine that once represented freedom, well, it slowly became a monument to a life no longer lived. It just gathered dust in the garage, so we sold it. We told ourselves it was the right thing to do, the sensible thing to do. Yeah, we traded our open air therapy for the meeting room. And for a decade, or maybe two, well, it worked. We built lives that we could be proud of. But underneath it all, a quiet sense of being a passenger in our own lives began to settle in. The world became more digital, more abstract. We spent our days staring at screens, communicating through text and email, living in a world of digital notifications. And that part of us that rode, that chased the sun, that knew how to feel the change in temperature on our skin, to kind of smell the rain before it fell, to lean into a curve, to trust our guts, well, that part fell dormant. This wasn't a sudden crisis. It was a slow fade, a kind of gradual loss of self buried under layers of responsibility and routine. And sure, we might have become successful, we became stable, but a lot of us just felt stuck. So what's changed? Why now? Why are so many of us in our 40s, 50s, even 60s now finding ourselves back at the dealerships or browsing bike reviews on YouTube? It's not down to one single thing. It's a powerful convergence of a few key shifts. Firstly, there's the hunger for something real. We're living in a world that's viewed through glass, and motorcycling is the antidote to that. It's a profoundly analog experience. There are no filters out there on the open road. There's no faking it. It's just you, the machine, nature, and the laws of physics. And that feeling of being completely present, of being in the scene and not watching it through glass, becomes a powerful form of meditation. Studies show that just 20 minutes of riding can increase alertness and can reduce hormonal biomarkers of stress by over 25%. It's a forced meditation that actually works. Secondly, life's barriers might have dissolved a little bit. For many, the kids are grown up, the mortgage is hopefully less of a burden, careers have hopefully been established, and that relentless climb that we were on seems to have eased a little bit maybe. And suddenly, after decades of putting everyone else first, this new concept appears, the concept of personal time. And with that, hopefully, a little bit more disposable income as well. So the barriers that once made motorcycling seem impractical have now started to dissolve a bit. And the question changes from, can I afford the risk, to, can I afford not to do something for myself? This isn't selfishness, it's a rebalance. It's realizing that personal fulfillment isn't a luxury, it's actually a necessity for a well-lived life. And this comeback isn't just emotional, it's logical. It's supported by tangible benefits that address the challenges of midlife. So let's break it down into 3 key areas: the mind, the machine, and the community. The mental benefits of riding are well understood and they're profound. When you're on a motorcycle, you can't be anywhere else. You can't be worrying about a meeting at work or an email or stressing about paying a bill, because your brain is fully occupied, monitoring the road, feeling the bike, anticipating the next corner. It's what psychologists call forced mindfulness. Your prefrontal cortex, that part of the brain that's responsible for your executive function, it gets a complete and total workout, whilst at the same time achieving this kind of meditative state. It's like a therapy that engages the mind and the body in perfect sync. But here's the other benefit. It's the confidence transfer that comes with it. Because the skills that you develop on a bike, things like risk assessment, situational awareness, decisive action under pressure, they all translate directly into other areas of our lives as well. So you become more present, you become more decisive, you become much more aware of your surroundings. And then there's the machine itself, because the bike that you come back to in 2025 is a world away from the one that you left behind in 1995. Safety is a reason that people quit in the first place, but it's now a reason why they're starting to return, because modern bikes are masterpieces of engineering. You've got advanced ABS, traction control systems. Some bikes now even have sensitive ABS that works even when you're cornering. I know it doesn't suit everybody. Some people like the organic feel. But these aren't training tools. They are confidence builders that expand your margin for error. But it's not just safety, because comfort has revolutionised as well. Heated grips, adjustable windscreens, sophisticated suspension systems. So the bike that used to beat you up on a 100 miler now comforts you for 300 miles. And this technology revolution extends to connectivity as well. Modern bikes integrate with your phone for calls, for navigation, for music. And it's not about being connected to our distractions. It's about having tools that enhance our safety and enhance our convenience as well. And yeah, come on, I guess it's time to address the elephant in the room once again here. Choosing the right bike for this stage of life. I talk about this one a lot. Maybe that 1200cc superbike that is currently gathering dust in the garage, or maybe if you don't ride it anymore for whatever reason, maybe it's time to leave it in the past, you know. Modern adventure bikes, tourers, and yes, of course, even maxi-scooters offer levels of comfort, practicality and safety these days that just make sense. So a Honda ADV or a Yamaha T-Max or a Zontest 368, it's not a compromise, it's actually a smart evolution. Automatic transmission means you spend more time focusing on the road and not the gear changes. The built-in storage handles all of your real-world needs easily. The weather protection keeps you comfortable. These modern machines are designed for riders who want the experience, of course, but without the punishment that we were so used to years ago. We are in an age where loneliness is a real public health concern, and motorcycling offers an immediate antidote to that. I found myself in conversations with total strangers, sharing routes, sharing experiences, just laughing about life. And there's something about motorcycling that strips away the usual social barriers. You become together, we're all part of the same tribe, no matter what you ride. If you have a story about returning to the ride, or if you're thinking about it, well, I want to hear about it. So drop it into the comments below and let's collectively show just how massive this community truly is, because your story could be the final push that someone else needs to reignite their own passion. So yeah, tell us your stories and drop them in the comments below. That would be great. The forces driving this revival go way beyond our personal psychology because they're woven into our modern world. For some returners, the bike isn't just for those weekend escapes. It's a more practical tool for beating the gridlock, for making the daily commute genuinely more enjoyable. There's the environmental angle as well that resonates with so many people these days. Modern motorbikes and scooters are incredibly efficient. My ADV 350 does 86 miles to the gallon. That's better than most hybrid cars. And as cities continue to overcharge us for parking, well, two wheels makes a practical and economical and environmental argument as well that makes real sense these days. Now, of course, we have to be real about the inherent risks which come with motorcycling, which is why mitigating them at all times is really important. And that's why returning with a respect for that is absolutely key. And choosing the most appropriate bike for your time of life, well, it's not a cop-out, it's a wise choice. So let's loop back to where we started this, that midlife crisis label. It's an easy, dismissive way to write off what is a profound personal transformation. But when you look at the evidence, you'll see it's not a crisis at all. It's a rational response to a world that just feels too disconnected at the moment. So it's a calculated decision made possible by a lifetime of hard work. It's a reignition. It's the moment that you stop life letting ride you and you start riding it. So, thank you for joining me on this little journey. Don't forget to share your own story in the comments as well. I love to hear them. I read every single one and I reply to as many as I can. So if this message resonated with you, subscribe for more content that celebrates the ride and the rider. So my name's Rob. This is Back in the Saddle UK. Thanks for joining us. Ride safe, enjoy, and I'll see you again really soon. Take care.